it's Kathy Kress again, and I am back with my geriatric care management channel, which is very different than the sibling channel, Mom Loved You Best, because I'm talking about geriatric care management based on my new manual, my geriatric care management agency operations manual. And the last time we did a YouTube, we were talking about a dual assessment, and that's what I've been teaching you for a lot of blogs, and I just did another YouTube on it, on Thomas Jefferson, Tommy we're going to call him. And he has a caregiver, Sally Hemingway, and you already did an assessment. You're Miss Full Charge, take care of everything, geriatric care manager. So you assessed Thomas, and Tommy we'll call him, and he's got a lot of medical problems, a lot of health problems, and a long string, not of his fault, of relationships. And his caregiver's 80 years old, Sally Hemingway, and so you realize, you know, when you've been called in by this daughter, she's worried about Sally's health, that you've got to do a dual assessment, which means you're going to assess Sally now. So you do what you call a caregiver assessment, which is really new and something that really has to be done, because if if you're a mom or you're a grandmother out there, if you fall apart, what happens to the child you're taking care of? And adults are not children. So Sally's 80 years old, and she's doing all these activities of daily living because, you know, she's helping him bathe, she's helping him with toileting because he's in a wheelchair, and so she's a risk injury, especially for her back, and she's 80 years old. She's really lost her identity because she's just taking care of him. She loves him. That's what a lot of older women do, you know. And but she does have another family. They live about 40 miles away. She doesn't get to see them very much, and she's kind of lost her identity. She actually walked out about 3 years ago, and he fell. So she came back, but you know, her health is not good. She passed out actually about a year ago. And what if she passes out? If you're a mom, what do you think about that? You pass out, what happens to your child? There's also a lot of family tension, and I mentioned that in the last YouTube that you can watch, because there are 2 children by Tommy Jefferson's first marriage, and they're worried about Sally's health, but they're also worried about their estate, their inheritance, and most families are when these second and third relationships happen. It's very, very common. You may be one of those adult children. And Sally's been handling all the finances because Tommy Jefferson is very clear. And but he's in a wheelchair, he can't do it, so Sally does it for him. And so there's financial mistrust among these adult children, and they're really worried. But they don't want to step on Sally's toes, because what would happen? When she fainted, things didn't go well. When she walked out, things didn't go well. So they're very dependent upon her. Plus, her father's mentally clear. He chooses, and a lot of adults do, they choose to have these emotional, loving relationships. So the daughter has offered to take over the finances, but she's been turned down. So what's the deal? What's the care plan? We're going to talk about that at another time. But Sally, our 80-year-old, Sally Hemingway, in love with Tommy Jefferson, needs respite. And so she's got personal business to attend to. She has her own health issues. She needs to go to a doctor all the time. And so now she's got a special interest too. She likes to needlepoint. And, you know, she's so busy with him, she can't do it. So you're going to design a care plan. If you want to know more about anything that I'm talking about, go to my website, kathykress.com, and I will see you next time, and we will eventually talk about this care plan for Thomas Jefferson and Sally Hemingway.